Hey everybody, this is Jesse at Red Raccoon Games with another episode of Tabletop Terms. Today I will be telling you about social deduction. Social deduction is a mechanic that can be in a game that is learned in 2 minutes and played in 5, or in a longer game that you play for a couple of hours and really sink your teeth into. Social deduction at its core is about hidden roles and figuring out what other players' roles are. There may be bluffing involved, but that's not the only route to success. A classic of the social deduction genre is Werewolf, or Mafia. Same game, different themes. In this type of game, everyone has a hidden role that is given to them, and ostensibly everyone is a member of the larger group, the villagers in the case of Werewolf. The traitors, the werewolves, are a smaller number of players who are subverting the larger group. So everyone goes to sleep, closes their eyes. The moderator identifies who the werewolves are, they point to a player and eliminate them from the game. Everyone wakes up, that player is now eliminated, and then the group has to decide who they vote out because they think they're a werewolf. So you're trying to identify who is lying, who is hiding information. There may be other roles of specialized information like the seeker, who can, it's not called a seeker, it's called a seer. There we go. Other roles like the seer, who can identify others' hidden roles, but if they are too overt with their information, they now have a target on their back. This format has also been adapted to games like One Night Ultimate Werewolf, where you can play without a moderator, with as few as 4 players, and in 5 minutes. Another format for social deduction are games like Avalon, The Resistance, or Secret Hitler. In these games, the group is trying to accomplish a certain number of goals over rounds, while the traitor group is trying to subvert that and make them fail a certain number of times. And whichever group succeeds at their goal first wins. Another game that is adjacent to social deduction but a little more classic bluffing is Coup, which has more roles moving during the game. And I like to mention that one because it's such a great game and it's similar to social deduction but quicker. A classic of social deduction that I first was introduced to the genre from is the Battlestar Galactica game, which is now unfortunately out of print from Fantasy Flight Games. And that's an example of a larger game that you'll play for a couple of hours where there's a complex board game of cooperation and resource management that has a hidden role mechanic as well. Fantasy Flight has made a spiritual successor to that game called New Angeles, which is set in their Android cyberpunk setting. In that one, everyone is the leader of a mega corporation, and your hidden role is actually what player you have to beat. You win as long as you make more money than them. But one role is the government informant, who is trying to make a certain amount of money, call the cops, and get out of town. So as you can see, there's a lot of different variation for social deduction. And whether it is for a party of light games or a more in-depth game night, I hope that you add it to your repertoire. If there's a term that you would like to hear defined, throw it down in the comments and it may show up in a future video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff because that helps us and it helps more people see these videos. Thank you. Have a good day.